Good evening. I'd like to call to order tonight's meeting of the Hammond Plan Commission. If you'd please rise and join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
More lights on that than there are outside. Put that on the record.
Mrs. Morris-Smith, could you call the roll, please?
Roger Brock.
Here.
Michael Dye.
Guess not.
Mr. Dye?
Here.
He said here.
I think we have to see.
To see him as well.
Mr. Dye, you'll have to present yourself while you're talking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I'm present.
Thank you.
Ronald Sims.
Here.
William Hutton.
Here.
Thomas Kazmierzak.
Here.
Dan Spitali.
Here.
Thomas Daverton.
Here.
Marcus Taylor.
Here.
Dean Button.
Here.
9 present. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Item 3 is approval of minutes from October 20th, 2025. The chair would entertain a motion for approval.
I'll make that motion.
It's been moved by Commissioner Hutton, seconded by Councilman Spitali to consider approval of the minutes of October 20th. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brock.
Yes.
Michael Dye.
Yes.
Ronald Sims.
Yes.
William Hutton.
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak.
Yes.
Dan Spitali.
Yes.
Thomas Daverton.
Yes.
Marcus Taylor.
Yes.
Dean Button.
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed.
Thank you, Mrs. Morris-Smith. Next item on the agenda is item 4, old business.
There's no old business.
Thank you. Item 5 is new business. Item CP 25-9 is a petition of Woodmar Plaza LLC for approval of a 3-lot subdivision of Blackstone addition to the city of Hammond located at 1812 through 28 165th Street, which is Zone C4 General Commercial District within the city of Hammond, Lake County, Indiana. The chair would ask if the public notification requirements have been met.
Yes, they have.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Morris-Smith. I would turn over to the petitioner for a presentation, Mr. Yaney.
Good evening. Scott Yaney appearing on behalf of, and I'll explain everybody in a moment, but to start off with, Woodmar Plaza LLC, the property owner. Trying to forget. My address is 3 Lincoln Way, Suite 201, Valparaiso, Indiana, 46383. As I indicated, appearing on behalf of the property owner for the property that's commonly known as 1812 28 through 28, 165th Street in Hammond. Woodmar Plaza LLC is the denominated petitioner, and we're before you this evening seeking approval in response to an application for a new subdivision. I'm also here on behalf of North Shore Health Centers, Inc., and Woodmar is proceeding with the assent of North Shore Health Centers, and we have given limited power of attorney on behalf of both entities so that I could be here tonight. But I also want to point out that I'm also here on behalf of BlackRock Capital LLC through its principal, Redstone, who is seated with us here this evening. And Red is going to be the ultimate, if this all pans out, the ultimate developer for this property and is the person responsible for putting essentially this application together. So this is the property that was formerly Walmart. So we have our neighbors seated with us this evening. And this was Lot 8 of that Rubloff subdivision. And we're seeking to subdivide Lot A into 3 separate parcels. And you'll see that in the folks at Turenga Engineering put together a proposed subdivision plat, which you should all have in your material, so you can see the delineation of the three separate parcels. As was pointed out at the outset, this is designated C4, General Commercial District zoning uses, and we will continue to observe that zoning designation. If this application is approved, Red will go through with his property, or his process to acquire the property. And although it's not necessarily a subject of our petition, I know that members of the commission like to know, have a general sense of what we contemplate for the development of this parcel. And then that does go into determining whether our lot designations will be viable for development. So there, where we do know that in advance, we can at least give you some insight. And I've given you in our materials, specifically in the supporting letter, some material. And I think Mr. Hutton will disclose to you all tonight that he was integral in helping us put together not this part of the process in terms of the plat application, but what we would like to eventually do on the ground if we make it through this evening. And essentially, we have a big expanse of parking lot right now that's not broken up. And as we know, that Walmart building has been vacant for some period of time. We envision eventually 2 outlots. If we look on what would be the northeast corner, we have a contemplated rather smaller development that could be, for example, a standalone coffee or donut shop for an end user. We don't have someone in mind or targeted just yet. And then for the northwest corner, we have in mind, we have a footprint for a 14,000 square foot building that could be for a single user or could accommodate up to 5 retail restaurant type users. And in deciding these lot designations, we've considered setbacks, considered parking, and therefore you will see some contemplated site plans that we have in mind for this development. And you'll also see that we're looking to enhance and add some vibrancy that will coexist and actually, I think, ultimately help serve the interests associated with the development going on to our east, because we'll have a home for some people that don't have a home right now as contemplated as part of this development. So we're going to greatly improve what is there now. We're going to have landscaping buffers. We're going to break up that expanse of asphalt, and you'll see from the renderings that we've included and the elevations that this is proposed to be high quality construction, utilizing masonry building material, and you know, the drawings that I've provided will give you some sense of what we contemplate, but Mr. Poland has you know, the more detailed drawings. We do have a somewhat complicated feature associated with this particular parcel. As I mentioned, I'm here on behalf of 3 parties and with the consent of all 3 parties tonight. Some years ago, was it 2022, Red, give or take? Yeah, I think it was 2022, the current owner of Lot 8, Woodmar Plaza, through a meets and bounds legal description, conveyed real estate to North Shore within the footprint of the Walmart building. Now, spoke to Mr. Poland about this early on and said, well, how did that happen? Because it didn't come before all of you for a subdivision, right? And so that transfer was not in compliance with the subdivision control ordinance. Now, doesn't mean they can't do it legally, but it does lead to some problems, and that was problem number one for us to clean up and figure out how we could go forward. Turns out this is a rather complicated process, but it's going to be a condition of any, if you all gave us an approval tonight, that we follow this process. So I do want to lay it out to you, at least in some form. And Mr. Poland and I have worked on this and how to order it for the last couple of months, and also with the various parties involved. And we've got something that works for everyone now. We have an agreement under which we are going to condominiumize the entire building. So we're going to convert the existing Walmart building to a condominium, which just means divided property. And we will divide that into separate units. Right now, we have where North Shore Medical Clinic is located, and you'll see in our materials, we've denominated that for right now, for purposes of the condominium, not necessarily an address, as Unit 100. And then they have sublet, or I'm sorry, there is a separate unit for City Trends that's also located in that building. So that would be Unit 101. And then we've designated the rest of that for Unit 102. However, that's going to be broken up by the needs of eventual owners or lessees. So we're looking at a number right now. I know that Red has been speaking with the city's economic development team, just kind of letting them know who might be on the way. I know the mayor is very well informed on this discussion as well. And so we're trying to meet the need of some people that need places to go, but also for new uses as well. So what we would do here is I've created a condominium declaration to which all the parties have agreed. It's going to need some refinement if we divide further, but we can do that in the future. And thereafter, we're going to have to observe a kind of a chain of title transfer here, in that North Shore is going to give the property that it now has back to Woodmar. Then we would record the plat of subdivision. We can't record the plat of subdivision until after we make that transfer. Otherwise, right now, North Shore owns part of the ground accordingly, and we don't want to create somebody looking back, 20 years from now, do we have a gap in the chain of title? So we'll record the plat of subdivision, then we'll record the declaration of the condominium, and then thereafter, Woodmar is going to give a deed for the two condominium units, Unit 100 and Unit 101, back to North Shore. So that gets our legal title and gets everybody in order. So this all will work for all of the parties after we've kind of figured out how to navigate. We're going to have a title company sit in the middle, hold these documents in escrow. But tonight, we're seeking approval of this subdivision and hope that we have shown you that this is a good fit for the city of Hammond and that we've met all the criteria under the subdivision control ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. Yaney, for your presentation. Questions from the commission to Mr. Yaney?
Yes, Mr. President.
Sure,
I'd
Mr.
like
Hutton.
to go on record right now by saying that I may have a conflict of interest on this case. I will take your direction, whether to participate or to sit back and wait. So I just wanted you to know that.
Sure. Well, we appreciate your candid comments, Mr. Hutton, and I'm not sure what the conflict is, but we'll help with as we move forward, I guess.
I would suggest, Mr. Chairman, that in light of what's been disclosed at this point, and nothing more needs to be disclosed unless somebody wants to, but my advice to Mr. Hutton would be that he abstain from this vote and recuse himself from the discussion.
Thank you, sir. Will do.
Thank you, Mr. Hutton. Any questions from commissioners to the petitioner? Okay, thank you, Mr. Yaney. Mr. Stone, appreciate that. At this point in time, we're going to open it, the meeting up for a public hearing. So the meeting is now open for a public hearing. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor of this petition? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition? Anyone wishing to make comment of any kind on this petition? Anyone on electronic media wishing to make a comment on this petition? I see no one's taking me up on my offer to make a comment. So at this point, we'll close the public hearing portion of this meeting. Mr. Ianni, I assume you have nothing further to present at this time?
No, nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ianni. Appreciate that. So at this point in the meeting, we will turn over to Mr. Poland as staff to present staff's opinion on this petition. Mr. Poland.
Attorney Yanni explained the chain of how we're going to get this through the approval process. It's been quite an interesting challenge of trying to figure out how to make it work. I do want to comment that also on the property, there is a 1997 Covenants, Conditions, Restrictions, and Reciprocal Agreements document, and that addresses a lot of the cross-access easements and utilities and things like that that runs with the property and basically eliminates the need for platted utility easements. With that, the lots do meet all the minimum requirements for under the subdivision ordinance. The plat was sent out for agency review. No objections were received. Staff's opinion is the plat meets the requirements set forth in the subdivision control ordinance and recommends that the Plan Commission grant preliminary and final approval of the subdivision plat subject to the technical corrections of the subdivision plat. And if the Plan Commission agrees with the staff report, that it is recommended that the staff report is adopted as findings of fact.
Thank you, Mr. Poland. Questions from the commissioners to Mr. Poland? Okay, seeing none, Chair would entertain a motion to grant, by this commission, to grant preliminary and final approval of the subdivision plat, subject to the technical corrections of the plat.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Dabberton, seconded by Commissioner Kazmierzak to approve, to grant preliminary and final approval of subdivision plat, subject to technical corrections. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brock.
Yes.
Michael Dye.
Yes.
Ronald Sims.
Yes.
William Hutton.
Abstain.
Thomas Kazmierzak.
Yes.
Dan Spitali.
Yes.
Thomas Dabberton.
Yes.
Marcus Taylor.
Yes.
Dean Button.
Yes.
8 ayes, 0 nays, 1 abstention, motion passed.
Thank you. Congratulations on your petition approval.
Can I say something quick? I would just like to say thank you to everybody at Hammond. This started a couple years ago. I have a business in Lansing. I wanted to go to Hammond, and I was looking on LoopNet, and I couldn't find anything. And so then I talked to Ann Taylor, and she's like, oh, we have, different stuff here and there, but I had already purchased something in Cal City. But during that process, that's how I got interested in this building. So I just want to say I think you guys run a really good city. You should be proud of, what you guys are doing. So I just want to thank you.
Thank you. We'll let Mayor McDermott know that you've
Thank you.
attended the meeting and made your comments.
Thank
Yep,
you.
thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ianni. Okay, there's nothing further.
Mr. President,
Mr. Kazmierzak.
we also not have.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that. So the chair would entertain a motion to accept the staff report as a finding of fact.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Kazmierzak, seconded by Commissioner Dabberton to accept the staff report as a finding of fact. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brock.
Yes.
Michael Dye.
Yes.
Ronald Sims.
Yes.
William Hutton.
Absent.
Thomas Kazmierzak.
Yes.
Dan Spitali. Thomas Daberson.
Yes.
Marcus Taylor.
Yes.
Dean Button.
Yes.
8 ayes, 0 nays, 1 abstention, motion passed.
Thank you, Mrs. Moore-Smith. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kazmierzak, for keeping me honest. So the next new business item is CP 25-10, petition of the Crossroads YMCA, Inc. for approval of a one-lot subdivision of the YMCA Sports Facilities addition to the City of Hammond located at 6532 Indianapolis Boulevard in the Hammond Sports Facilities Planned Unit Development within the City of Hammond, Lake County, Indiana. I'd ask Mrs. Morris-Smith if the notification requirements for the petition have been met.
Yes, they have.
Thank you very much. I will turn it over to the petitioner. If you could state your name and your address, and if you could fill in the sign-in sheet for our records, we would greatly appreciate it.
I'm going to finish that when we're done, if that's okay with you.
For sure.
Good evening. My name is James Huss. I'm with DVG Team. Their business address is 1155 Troutwine Road, Crown Point, Indiana, 46307. I am speaking tonight representing Crossroads YMCA, the owner of the properties that these next 3 agenda items are for. Russ Posen, who has been heading up this project, unfortunately had a minor family medical emergency, all is well, but there was no way he could make it tonight, so he asked me to fill in. Jay Buckmaster with Crossroads YMCA is with me tonight, and hopefully, from what I've been briefed on the project and what Jay knows more, I'm sure we can answer any questions. I would like to speak on, if you would indulge me to kind of speak on what's before you. I know we only said one of them so far, but requesting approval from the Plan Commission tonight is, the first item is essentially a consolidation plat. What is existing 3 lots today, we're looking to consolidate into a single lot. The master plan for the site is, obviously there's work going on there right now with eventual plans for outdoor pool, water park, what have you. And then the third phase is, as leases come up, there's 2 commercial buildings on the north edge of the consolidated property. The intent is for those to be demolished. The left building is in the footprint of the water park, and then the intent for when the northeastern building can be torn down is that will be an expansion, a cohesive expansion of the parking area further north to 165th Street. And I trust that it's a very complicated set of plans, but it's basically more just showing the phases that will go as buildings can be torn down and the whole master plan can be enacted more fully. So agenda item CP 2510 is simply asking for an approval of a one-lot subdivision to consolidate the land. Agenda item.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, stick to the first one. We haven't
Yeah,
called
we have
that
to do
one.
them one at a time.
Understood. Then I guess as it relates to the plat, I will leave it at that, and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Huss. Questions from the commission to Mr. Huss regarding subject petition?
Starting with 2 and 3, or 1, 2, and 3?
So we're doing CP 25-10, and the request is to consolidate 3 lots into 1. Does that answer your question, Councilman?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions for the petitioner? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
At this point in time, we will open the meeting up to a public hearing. If there's anyone in the audience wishing to speak on behalf of this petition, anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition, anyone wishing to speak, make a comment on this petition, is there anyone online wishing to make a comment on this petition? Hearing none, I'll close the public comment portion of the meeting. Mr. Huss, I assume you have nothing further to add. Thank you very much. Mr. Poland, it's your turn to present the staff's recommendation.
Yeah, just to go over some of the technical aspects of the subdivision plat. One of the important things of making this work is that in the original 3 lots that were there were various utility easements and access easements that separated the 2 northern lots from the southern lot. And those were released, and so therefore those are reflected on the subdivision plat as being released, and ultimately that would allow for the development to be built across it. No new additional easements were required because all of this will be coming from there are some existing easements that are on the western side of the property, and all the utilities are coming from all the appropriate places, so they didn't need any easements in the center. One of the technical things is some of the language on the plat regarding the detention or drainage easement that the city engineer had requested. It comes down to the technical dedication language, and that's in the certification statement. We have not gotten that language finalized, but hopefully that will be addressed tomorrow. Other than the city engineer's comments, no other comments or objections were received from the review agencies. Staff's opinion is the plat meets the requirements set forth in the subdivision control ordinance and recommends that the Plan Commission grant preliminary and final approval of the subdivision plat subject to the technical corrections of the plat, and in particular this easement language. If the Plan Commission agrees with the staff report, it is recommended the staff report is adopted as findings of fact.
Questions from the commissioners to Mr. Poland? Okay, thank you very much. Chair would entertain a motion to grant preliminary and final approval of subdivision plat subject to technical corrections of the plat. Been moved by Commissioner Dabberton, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brown?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ronald Sims?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Thomas Dabberton?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
Dean Button?
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much. Chair would also entertain a motion to adopt the staff report as a finding of fact.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Kazmierzak, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brown?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ronald Sims?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Thomas Dabberton?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
Dean Button?
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, and we're moving on to CP 25-11, petition of Crossroads YMCA, Inc., for the approval of a development plan in the Hammond Sports Facilities Planned Unit Development District located at 6532 Indianapolis Boulevard within the city of Hammond, Lake County, Indiana. I would ask if Mrs. Moore-Smith if the notification requirements have been met.
Yes, they have.
Thank you very much. Turn it over to petitioner Mr. Huss again for
Good evening again.
presentation.
The second item on your agenda, 2511, is essentially requesting approval of the underlying engineering, the master plan for the site. It's very detailed. It's essentially 3 projects in one, and it outlines certain immediate work that will be done to the site, the interim maintenance of that access to Indianapolis Boulevard, and then details the second phase where you would then construct the water park once the western commercial building can be torn down, and then finally it outlines the last phase at which we would finish the demolition of the northeastern building and then complete the parking lot and terminate that access that exists to Indianapolis Boulevard. Again, this item is simply requesting approval of the overall site development, the underlying engineering behind it, and from what I've been told, I believe Russ has completed that to the city's satisfaction.
Thank you. Questions from the commissioners to the petitioner?
The water park, when will we get on, get things going with.
Good evening, Jay Buckmaster, 1205 South Main Street, Crown Point. We would hope to, again, in partnership with Mr. Stone, have the first lot demoed by the spring, and then it would take us about a year to be able to do that. So we're hoping for an opening of the summer of '27.
Great. Thank you.
Jay, if you wouldn't mind signing in, just so we have a record. Thank you so much. Any other questions for the petitioner? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
At this point, we're opening it up to a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak in favor of the petition? Anyone in the audience wishing to speak in opposition to the petition? Anyone in the audience wishing to make a comment on the petition? Anyone on virtual media wishing to make a comment on the petition? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing portion of the meeting. Mr. Ross, I assume you have nothing further to present to the commission? Thank you very much. On this action, I should say. So at this point in time, I will turn it over to Mr. Poland for staff's report and recommendation.
Yes, this is a long time coming. We've talked about this project for several years now. This was identified in the original documents as going to be an ultimate phasing of it to have the water park. Certainly gets complicated because of the existence of the two commercial buildings and all the timing of demolition and removal of tenants. But in the development plan, all these different steps are laid out. The staff did the analysis that's in the staff report based on Title Section 16.51 of the zoning ordinance. I think one of the important things compared to the version of this a couple of years ago is that the signalized entrance on Indianapolis Boulevard is now operational. And I think that was one of the things that was pivotal to make this development overall work in dealing with the traffic congestion and the flows of in and out of the property. That being said, staff does recommend that the Plan Commission grant approval to the final development plan, subject to the approval and recording of the YMCA Sports Facilities Addition subdivision plat, to approval of the amended sports facilities, Hammond Sports Facilities PUD District Ordinance, which is the next case, and the final technical review. If the Plan Commission agrees with the recommendation, the staff requests that this report be adopted by the Plan Commission as preliminary findings of fact.
Thank you, Mr. Poland. Questions from the commissioners to Mr. Poland? Okay. Chair would entertain a motion to grant final development plan approval for the subject project, subject to approval and recording of the YMCA Sports Facilities Addition subdivision plat, to approval of the amended Hammond Sports Facility PUD district ordinance, and final technical review.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Dabberton, seconded by Commissioner Taylor. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brown?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ronald Sims?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Thomas Dabberton?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
Dean Button?
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much. The chair would entertain a motion to adopt the staff report as a preliminary finding of fact.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Kazmierzak, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brown?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ronald Sims?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Thomas Dabberton?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
Dean Button?
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Next item on the agenda is CP 25-12, petition of the Hammond Plan Commission for an amendment to the Hammond Sports Facilities Planned Unit Development Ordinance located at 6532 through 6630 Indianapolis Boulevard and 1918 through 1940 165th Street within the city of Hammond. I'd ask Mrs. Morris-Smith if the notification requirements for the petition have been met.
Yes, they have.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Mr. Poland.
staff request, is there any objections for the staff to make the presentation as well as act as a reviewer?
Is there any objection from the commissioner for Mr. Poland to act as the petitioner and as staff reviewer? I see no objections. Chair has no objections. Please continue, Mr. Poland.
Members of the Plan Commission, before you, you have an amendment to the Hammond Sports Facilities Plan Unit Development District Ordinance for the property that ultimately, once the subdivision plat is completed, will have two addresses of 6532 for the YMCA and 6600 for Sportsplex. The PUD ordinance can be found in PUD supplement number 4. This is reflective of the original ordinance I'm sorry, I lost my, original ordinance 9378 that was in 2017, and the first amendment in ordinance 9572 in 2022. And all of that is, what we're trying to do is remove some of the language that was there in place because the Carson building used to be there. The Y obviously is now completing the rest of its project, so we have the commercial buildings. And what I tried to do in writing this ordinance is anticipate ultimately the final phase of both those commercial buildings being gone with the expansion of the water park, and then on the east building, that will be where more of the parking lot is. So you're going to see in the ordinance strike-throughs of language, underlines of new language. It's not every section of the PUD ordinance that is captured here. It is only the places that are changing. And I set up this concept of buildings 3 and 4, which are the two commercial buildings, are interim because we know ultimately they're going to go away. So we don't have to come back in 2 years to amend this again. And we also had to do a little amendment to the Sportsplex because when they built that addition, it was slightly larger than what we had anticipated in the previous version of this. So we did some corrections to make that all work out. And so, okay, that's the technical presentation. If there's any questions.
Questions from the commissioners to Mr. Poland as petitioner. Mr. Poland, just a point of clarification. This is just the you said this is just the amendments. Do you create a final document?
Yes.
That's an entire
Yes.
summary of everything that goes to the council for approval?
No. Okay. What happens, and this is the way I've always written these, this is the sections that are technically being amended. Once the council approves it, then I go back into the digital document, make those corrections, and then that's the new version of the zoning ordinance.
And you refer to the previous ordinances as they were approved in that ordinance and the new?
All the ordinances are cross-referenced in small print.
Okay.
Everything's identified where the amendment or the change came from.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Poland as petitioner? Thank you, Mr. Poland. We will now open this portion of the meeting up to a public comment. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor of the petition? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the petition? Anyone wishing to have a comment on the petition? Anyone on virtual media wishing to make a comment on the petition? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing portion of the meeting, and I will turn it over to Mr. Poland, who is acting as staff at this point. Mr. Poland.
Yes, I do want to acknowledge and appreciate the fact that the team from the YMCA has been cooperative and working through all this language. I don't know if I should say Russ particularly, but nonetheless, Russ Posen and I had a lot of email conversations back and forth and double checking all the details that have become very important, and certainly let him know that it was well appreciated. That being said, staff does recommend that the Plan Commission approve the text amendments to the PUD Supplement Number 4, amending ordinances 9378 and 9572, and zoning ordinance 8514 regarding the Hammond Sports Facilities Planned Unit Development District, and forward the ordinance to the City Council with a favorable recommendation. If the Plan Commission agrees with the recommendation, staff requests that this report be adopted by the Plan Commission as findings of fact.
Questions to Mr. Poland as staff? Hearing none, Chair would entertain a motion to approve the text amendments to PUD Supplement Number 4, amending ordinances 9378 and 9572, and zoning ordinance 8514 regarding the Hammond Sports Facilities Plan Unit Development District, and forward the ordinance to the City Council with a favorable recommendation. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Davidan. Seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brown?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ronald Sims?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Thomas Dabberton? Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
Dean Button?
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Chair would entertain a motion to accept the staff report as a finding of fact.
Second.
I think I heard Councilman Spitali making the motion and the second by Commissioner Taylor. Is there any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Roger Brown?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ronald Sims?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Thomas Dabberton?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
Dean Button?
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you. Congratulations to petitioner.
Mr. President?
Mr. Poland.
Yes, I have a question for Councilman Spitali.
Councilman Spitali.
Speak up, please.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have a question for you.
Now I can hear you.
Okay, all right. In case I cannot get a hold of Councilman Tyler, would you agree to be a sponsor on this? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Spitali. Okay, if there's nothing further, we're going to move on to item 6, correspondence.
No correspondence.
Item 7 is commissioners' comments. Well, I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Item 8 is staff comments.
I'd like to also wish you a Merry Christmas, and there is a possibility that we will have something on the January agenda, and I'm sorry, the date of that is the 20th, right?
Yeah, the 20th, yes.
It would be Tuesday, which would be the day after MLK Day. And hopefully before Christmas, I'll know for sure if anything's going to make it to that agenda.
Keep your calendars open for January 20th, Tuesday, for Plan Commission meeting.
The other thing I want to say is that, and then President can speak to it also, but we've been working on this project with the for the South Hammond area related to the NICD station, and based on some of the TOD or Transit Development District, transit-oriented development impacts of what that station will have on the neighborhood, including traffic. But also there's a land use component of it for the target area or the, and ultimately we're designing this to be an amendment to the comprehensive plan. And that should, once we get to the point of getting the final drafts, and we'll hopefully start that process later this year. And then I know we're talking about another public meeting coming up, and the date is still open. And then we can certainly let the Plan Commission members know about that date, and they can attend the public meetings if they wish.
Yeah, we should, I'll work on getting a special invitation sent out to the Plan Commission members so you're aware of it. It is an important update to our comprehensive plan. Thank you for bringing that up, Mr. Poland. We'll get you, once we find out a firm date, we'll get those dates to you. I take it that's the end of your staff comments?
Yes.
Okay, public comment. Meeting's open to the public. Anyone wishing to address the Plan Commission? Hearing none, Chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. 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 All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Take care, everybody.
You too, Mr. Dyer.